Yep.
Cool.
What's going on, Joey?
How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on tonight.
No problem, no problem. So what's going on in Joey Image's world right now?
Actually a lot, wrestling-wise. Just for whoever doesn't know me, I'm just an indie wrestler from New Jersey. I've been working 10 years, mostly in Pennsylvania. Lately I don't know why I can't get booked in Jersey, but lately I've been getting booked in New Jersey finally, which is, much more convenient considering I live here. But yeah, there's a lot going on, man. I got a lot of bookings coming up. I managed to secure a couple of shows this week. There's a potential deal going down, possibly in Pennsylvania, involving a wrestling school. Talking to another company in Massachusetts about coming up there. So there's some stuff going on.
All right. I'm on your website, which is conveniently named joeyimage.com, and you got the companies you work for, and I think it's just about everyone out there but New Japan. You seem to get around.
Well, if you hit the bio section, that's where all the stuff I've worked in the past. Some of them obviously still work currently, and there's a couple that I have yet to debut for, but I am booked, so I haven't added them yet. I will after I work them. But if you go to upcoming shows, obviously that's everything else. I think there's only maybe two or three companies that I have coming up that I haven't worked for yet, so I haven't added them to that list. And I like to keep everything current and fresh if I could.
Fair enough. So, 10 years in the biz, what's your motivation to keep going so far?
10 years in the business, and I'm playing second fiddle to a guy who wears makeup and a wig tonight?
10 o'clock is prime time, Joey. You got the prime time slot.
I hear you, man. No, it's cool, man. It's cool. I like Frank. He's a good dude. I've been talking to him the past couple of days a little bit since we both, got booked tonight for your show, and he's a real good dude. I actually I saw him recently on I don't know if it was on Raw or pay-per-view or whatever, but I saw him maybe like a month ago is when I noticed him, and I was watching I don't know, whatever I was watching, and and I remember getting up to go to the bathroom, and I stopped in mid-step and said, "Holy shit, there's a clown in the front row." And ever since then, I always look for him. And then I saw him on Twitter. I'm like, "Whoa, you're the same guy." And I mean, like you guys said, I've been wrestling 10 years, and I'm popping for this guy. I'm like, I'm a fan of his now. It's awesome.
That is cool. So for those who don't know, what's the experience like walking through the crowd? Actually getting in front of those guys. Do you still get nervous after 10 years?
Absolutely. I know. I don't know. Some people tell me that that's kind of odd, but I guess I get nervous because of the fact that I'm I don't know what's going to happen. I'm literally putting my body on the line, and I mean I've done stuff that I don't remember that I've done, and then that kind of scares me. I don't know if you guys saw somebody asked me recently. I think it was on that form spring gimmick. Somebody asked me if I had ever done a ladder match, and I said no. And then I was talking about that. Did you guys see that story?
I missed it. I really only look at the form springs when they're asking, the female wrestlers questions because I want to see how perverted people are.
Oh, you're gonna want to see if my question gets asked for the X-Pac U-Shoot video that KPF Commentaries announced yesterday that they're doing a shoot with X-Pac, and I sent in the question, how big is China's dick? So I'm hoping that
oh, the God.
Somebody was going to do it. I just happened to be the first one, 3 seconds after they said, please send questions, please send questions for Sean Waltman for this interview. So that's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, all right, I have to send that in. So I just want them to say, Joey Image wants to know how big is Sean Waltman. I really want to hear that because it's going to be hilarious. And if I ever have a best of video, that's going to be the whole video. This will be that. No matches, no promos. Just Joey Image will be that question, and that's it.
You better
Anyway,
hope she's no longer doing shows, because I'd hate to run back into her backstage.
well, I'll just tell them the fake. You know, I'm at fake Joey Image, so you know, no one knows. Everything's fake, right? Everybody's got a fake Twitter account. Nobody knows who anybody is. So anyway, so just getting back to that story, and I'll try to make it short. But somebody asked me on Twitter, have I ever done a ladder match? I said no. And then a week or so later, I was working a show for WXW, who's in Pennsylvania. It's run by Samu now, but it's owned by Alpha, the Wild Samoan, which is where it's where Batista trained and a few other guys. So I was doing a show there, and I just happened to somehow that came up again, the ladder match thing, and I was like, yeah, I never did one. And then somebody that was in the crowd who I hadn't seen in a couple of years was actually who is now a worker. When I worked for this company, apparently I did a ladder match, and he explained the whole thing to me, and I wrote a blog on it. And then after I got this question on FormSpring, the guy asked me the question, I wrote the blog, I linked him to it, you know, to the blog posting. And basically the story is, and this is all coming secondhand from somebody else, because I have no idea that I even took part in this match. But first of all, I'm afraid of heights, so I don't imagine me on top of a ladder anyway. But apparently I did it, and I don't remember it. So I don't remember that part, and I don't remember. And I'm not a big high flyer, because I don't know, just not a high flyer. I'm not a guy that's into heights. So I don't do top rope. I'll do second rope stuff, where I can lean on the top rope, because then I feel safe, because I'm leaning on something. But I don't do top rope stuff, because I'm not crazy. But apparently in this ladder match, which I didn't know existed, I did a flip off the top rope onto two guys. It was a three-way ladder match. I guess I attempted a flip onto the two guys outside the ring. I was way off, and I supposedly just landed on the. It was in a high school gym, and I supposedly landed on the hardwood floor with my head. So I was knocked out for a couple seconds, from what I heard, and went another 10, 15 minutes. And I don't remember any of it. I don't remember before that or after that. But this guy assured me that the promoter still has the show on tape and that he's seen it. So I tend to believe the guy. I'm trying to get a hold of the promoter to get the tape. I haven't heard back from him yet, though. But getting back to the original question, I get nervous because of stuff like that, because I don't know. I don't remember that happening. And apparently it did, and it's been documented on film, and I have no idea. I have no idea about it. So, I definitely do still get nervous.
That's a serious afraid of heights if you're getting scared at the second rope there.
I'm good on the second rope. It's the top rope that's not my friend.
That's funny. That's funny stuff. So, what's been your biggest or your best experience in your 10 years here?
As far as like in a match or in a dressing room or just in general?
Whatever, in general.
I want to hear about the dressing room.
Well, a whole bunch of guys in their underwear.
Oh, I thought it was maybe like those females in the dressing room. I thought maybe you had that kind of swag. Sorry.
There's a few. A lot of the dressing rooms are like your high school locker room before like playing flag football, except there's much bigger biceps and much thinner bellies. That's really about it. I think the coolest moment for me is actually, it's going to sound like a very boring answer, but probably the first day I signed the contract to start training. It was a 12-month contract where I paid $200 a month I trained at Camp IWF in West Patterson, which a couple of guys that you may have heard of that trained there, Darren Young from NXT or from Nexus or NXT, Rob Echoes, who just got signed to TNA 3 days ago, just signed a contract with them. Jay Lethal's worked there, a couple other guys. So I trained there. So I guess my coolest experience was when I signed, the day that I signed